Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where that sure looks like JD Vance dressed as a woman, this is Ballot.
That's right. And Joe Biden fell asleep on the beach, and Shane Gillis' Trump is more fun than actual Trump, so let's hit this. Yes, I know Trump was on with Elon last night, but why stay up until midnight to record your podcast when you can just make the lead-off story about JD Vance in drag? In what can only be described as the plot of a political satire gone rogue, an alleged photo of Senator JD Vance dressed as a woman in a blonde wig surfaced on Twitter over the weekend. The internet, being the internet, quickly turned this into a trending sensation under the hashtag #SofaLauren. Yes, you heard that correctly. SofaLauren, get it? So how did we get here? The image was reportedly taken during Vance's time at Yale Law School back in 2012, at what appears to have been a Halloween party. The photo made its way online via Travis Whitfill, who claims to have received it from a friend of a friend in a group chat. Whitfill then passed it along to podcast host Matt Bernstein, who posted it to Twitter. When approached for comment, Vance's camp didn't exactly rush to deny the photo's authenticity, instead opting for the classic non-comment. Of course, a normal person would just say, "Yeah, it's a Halloween costume." Did I go as Elvira one year? I did. There's pics and everything. Is Calaroga Shark Media going to fire me over it? No, because I work weekends. I'm untouchable. I may have even had 15 beers and banged a couch that year. Go ahead, make fun of me. Whether or not the photo is authentic, it's clear that Vance's opponents aren't going to let this one go quietly. And as for the hashtag #SofaLauren, well, it's proof that, in politics, sometimes the strangest things can grab the spotlight. Even a decade-old wig and a couch that never was. And sure, I could have stayed up until midnight to tell you what the hell Elon and Trump talked about, or, hear me out, I could just play this clip of Shane Gillis as Trump making fun of Joe Rogan endorsing RFK.
I think it's obvious New York is probably the best, and I will say this. The reason I'm saying this is we don't have absolute cowards like little Joe Rogan telling us what to do up here. Little Joe, he came in, he said he wants to endorse RFK Jr. Can you believe this? Joe Rogan is an absolute joke. If I ever saw him, I would whoop his bitch ass. What a coward. Joe Rogan, complete coward, and frankly, he's an embarrassment to this country.
This was the Kill Tony show live at Madison Square Garden. We took a few naughty words out. Tap the brakes, Shane. And then Joe Rogan showed up. Shane Gillis Trump said,
"What an amazing American this man is, Joe Rogan. What a true patriot. Great man. I would never say anything negative about this man. What a guy. What a guy. Everybody agrees this is one of the best guys we talk about. We say Austin, Texas is great. Joe Rogan is great. Frankly, Joe Rogan is the best, and everyone knows it, and I love RFK. Who doesn't love RFK? He's a great guy."
Here's a plot twist that even a Hollywood screenwriter might hesitate to draft. Donald Trump's campaign team recently found themselves hitching a ride on a Gulfstream jet formerly owned by none other than Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, you heard that right. The same Epstein whose resume includes being a convicted sex offender and the most infamous Palm Beach neighbor you wouldn't want to have. Here's how it went down. Trump was cruising along on his private jet, heading to Bozeman, Montana for one of his rallies, when, surprise, the plane had some mechanical issues and had to make an unexpected pit stop in Billings, needing to get to his rally on time because the show must go on, right? Trump and his staff hopped on a small charter plane to Bozeman. But the next day, the campaign decided to upgrade to a larger Gulfstream jet, which seemed like a smooth move, until they found out who used to own it. Turns out, this wasn't just any Gulfstream. This particular plane had a, let's say, colorful history. The serial number matched one of the planes that belonged to Jeffrey Epstein, the late financier, whose name is synonymous with scandal. The Trump campaign quickly put out a statement saying they had no awareness of the plane's previous owner, insisting that the charter was arranged by a vendor they frequently use. Because, nothing says we're focused on the issues quite like accidentally boarding the ghost of scandals past. The campaign claims they learned about the Epstein connection the same way the rest of us did, through the media. Of course, they did. It's not like the plane came with a disclaimer. Asterisk warning. Previous owner was Jeffrey Epstein. Use at your own risk. In order to keep my job, I have to promote a new podcast called 5 Minutes of Gratitude. In a world that often moves too fast, where we're constantly chasing the next big thing, it's easy to overlook the simple joys and blessings in our lives. But what if we could change that? What if we could transform our outlook in just 5 minutes a day? Welcome to 5 Minutes of Gratitude, a podcast that invites you to pause, reflect, and appreciate the richness of life around you. 5 Minutes of Gratitude. I'll tell you what I'm grateful for. My ex-girlfriend Norma hasn't texted me yet today, but don't worry, she will, 50 times. Are you talking to Kate? You better not be talking to Kate. Well, Norma, guess who I had dinner with Saturday? Stop listening to my podcast. A 2-minute, 19-second clip of Joe Biden taking a nap on the beach went viral. I don't get the issue. Isn't that the whole idea of the beach? Throw on your AirPods, listen to your favorite snarky political podcast, and fall asleep halfway through it? That's what I was trying to do every weekend in July until people started shooting at Trump, and Joe decided to stop running for re-election at 1:46 p.m. on a Sunday instead of waiting until Monday like a civilized person. John Oliver took aim at Donald Trump's latest linguistic misadventure. In a series of social media posts, Trump repeatedly referred to his opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, as Kamabla. Yes, Kamabla. And as if that wasn't confusing enough, Trump's campaign spokesperson, Stephen Chung, decided to whip out a Venn diagram to explain the connection between comma and blah. Spoiler alert, it didn't go well. Oliver, being the chart aficionado he is, couldn't resist pointing out that Chung's diagram not only failed to explain anything, it's not how Venn diagrams work. Cue Oliver's delightfully British exasperation as he declared, "Not to be a total chart bitch, but I am what I am." After giving the audience a quick lesson on what Venn diagrams are actually for, hint, it's not whatever Chung thought he was doing, Oliver presented a few examples for the diagram challenged. He kicked things off with a classic, a Venn diagram where one circle is dolphins, another is sharks. Simple, right? But Oliver didn't stop there. He took a more creative turn with a Venn diagram that features one circle labeled John Oliver and another labeled Big Bird, with the overlap being Squawk's educational lessons on television. Now that's a Venn diagram that makes sense. Then, in true Oliver fashion, he went for the absurd. A diagram with Jenna Ortega in one circle and Pepe Le Pew in the other, with the overlap being can't say where they were on 9/11s. Sure, it doesn't make any sense, but that's the point, unlike Chung's nonsense. Portions of today's podcast were made with the help of AI. Just like those photos of me dressed like Elvira where it looks like I'm blacked out face down on a couch. Fake news. Look, if Elon and Trump said anything interesting, maybe I'll drop a bonus episode. Otherwise, it can wait until tomorrow, like the Isaac Hayes story I cut from today's show for length. How's that for a tease?